The last thing you want to hear when you need your auto insurance most is a robot with countless irrelevant menu options. Which is why with USAA Auto Insurance, you'll get great service that is easy and reliable, all at the touch of a button. Get a quote today. Restrictions apply.
Switch to Verizon Business and get more from your internet without paying more for your internet. Get LTE Business Internet starting at $39 a month when paired with select business mobile plans. That's unlimited data, and with it, unlimited possibilities. Start saving today with Verizon Business, ranked #1 in small business internet customer satisfaction by J.D. Power. Starting price for 25 megabits per second LTE internet plan with smartphone plan savings, plus taxes, fees, and economic adjustment charge. Terms apply. For J.D. Power 2024 award information, visit jdpower.com/awards.
Hello and welcome to the British English Podcast, the show all about teaching you British English whilst having a culture-based conversation. And today we are doing 5 brilliant things with Emma from Pronunciation with Emma. If you've never heard of this game, it's thinking up 5 treasured items that you associate with, hopefully, enjoyment of some description. And we're going to go through those and see why they are dear to the speaker. So without further ado, hello, Emma.
Hello, Charlie. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. Are you doing well?
I am. I'm now slightly worried that I may have misinterpreted today's brief.
Excellent.
Objects. Some of mine are concepts.
No, this is nice. This is really nice because I did things. I did very sort of materialistic things when I started this. And then I heard that you could do people, not do people. You can have people, you can have theories, you can have anything. So
that's
it's
fine.
pretty open to interpretation. So yes, you're doing well. Where are you in the world right now?
Yeah, good question. Right now, I'm in Barcelona, in Spain. I moved here about 3 years ago, and I love it here. Not so much in the summer. It's a bit crazy, is the summer here.
Too hot to handle?
Way too hot, especially for a Brit. Like, I'm from Yorkshire. Anything over 15 degrees is like, it's too hot for me. It really is. I start like sweating. I mean, I was sweating before we hit record, and it's like literally April. So, but besides the hot summers, everything else is perfect here so far.
Good. Everything is tickety-boo. Have you ever said that phrase, tickety-boo?
Absolutely never in my life. But it is something that I hear from time to time.
Yeah.
Tickety-boo.
Yeah. Before we go on to the 5 brilliant things, how's your YouTube world going? How's your pronunciation teaching going?
Yeah. You know what's really crazy? I was checking my YouTube channel the other day and I'd reached 900,000 subscribers.
Wow. Nearly at that 1 mil.
I know.
Whoa.
Stop. It's insane. I swear I started my channel like last year. It's been going for like 7-8 years now.
Yeah.
But yeah, I still feel like I'm still learning YouTube, because things are always changing.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. But talking about the actual content of what you do, obviously it's in the name, but I mean, I've done a pronunciation course on the IPA and trying to figure out all 44 sounds. Where do you really enjoy teaching in pronunciation? Are there specific pockets that you like to nerd out on?
Yeah. Well, nerd out on. I wouldn't say I get like super excited about these concepts, but there are definitely things that I've taught what feels like 1,000,000 times. So it feels quite repetitive sometimes for me. Of course, for the student, it's like, wow, this is brand new.
Yeah.
But something that I really do love teaching is things like connected speech, because connected speech sounds like a very simple topic. But then when you get into it, it's like this light bulb goes off in students' heads. Like you can almost see it in their eyes. Like, whoa, like this is incredible. Because it connects so well to understanding and listening. Like pronunciation and listening, they're like sisters. They go together really well. Like reading and writing, they go together really well.
Yeah.
So a lot of students, they'll say something like, oh, I don't understand native speakers. I don't understand when I watch Netflix, but I understand you, Emma. And it's normally because as teachers, we're adapting our speech, we're simplifying things, and we're not always using certain features of connected speech, which might appear in more natural conversations. Let's say, like, if me and you were in a pub, like, the way we speak would be very different to now.
Yeah.
So when I teach students about certain elements of connected speech, they're like, oh my goodness, like that makes so much sense now that people say, did you instead of did you? Nice to meet you. They're like, chew? Well, yeah, meet you. It connects together. Little things like that.
Yeah. Starts to sound like we're Pokemon catchers.
Meet you, yeah.
But yes, I totally agree. I actually really like teaching that when it's like you can see the sentence and you're breaking it down and you're going through the rhythm of it. It's nice. I like it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. So guys, if you haven't, Pronunciation with Emma on YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, any others?
I'm on TikTok, but I don't post much on TikTok anymore.
Okay.
I feel too old.
Okay. And of course, the podcast.
Yes, I rebranded the podcast. Yeah.
Okay. And what is that?
Yeah, so the podcast is just called Pronunciation with Emma.
Okay. So I'm going to go on your show and we're going to talk about some British cultural things. Are we going to be talking about pronunciation there, or when you're doing interviews, it's more about the conversation?
No, so what I do is a bit of a mix. So every single Wednesday, there's a new pronunciation episode where I either teach a concept of pronunciation, like connected speech or maybe a sound. But then the final episode of the month is just a really chill interview.
Okay, nice. Nice mix. Yeah, cool.
Yeah.
Okay, well, let's get into your 5 brilliant things. Where would you like to start? What's the first one that you'd like to talk about?
Okay, the first thing I want to talk about is kind of like, it's like a moment, okay?
Okay.
So it's when it's golden hour.
Ooh.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's golden hour, but you're in the woods.
Okay.
And you know that there's that moment that you look up and you see the sun beaming through the trees and it just hits all the little leaves. That's my number one.
I love that in so many ways because no one else will think of that.
Absolutely no one.
Because it's incredibly mindful and grateful. At the core of it, you're just grateful of just how beautiful the world is.
Nature at its best.
And because it's so far from a materialistic thing. That is so good. Yeah. It's like, it's photons, I guess. So, okay, I've guessed why, but can you tell me why you like it so much?
I just think, I mean, the basic side of me just wants to say, oh, it's really pretty.
Which it is. It's lovely.
It is. But the part of me that's non-basic can describe it a little bit more. It just brings this feeling of warmth, like everything is all right. It doesn't matter, Emma, that you accidentally sent an email to like 20,000 people with a typo in the subject line. Like, it doesn't matter. Or there was a YouTube video you uploaded, but, you accidentally said something really weird, or there was a typo. You just look and you're like, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
So it grounds you.
That's a really good way. That's a simple way of putting it. Yep.
Yeah.
It just puts everything into perspective.
Yes.
Nothing really matters. That
Yes.
sounds really dark, but it basically
No,
it's like,
I think it's a beautiful way to look at life.
yeah, it's
Nothing
just
really matters because life is just so much bigger than anything that we can do on an individual
Exactly.
level.
Exactly. Yeah.
I like it. Yeah. So do you think you've always appreciated that throughout your whole life?
No, especially as a child. I think as children, we don't really care that much. I think the only time you really appreciate these things is when you, at least in my case, it's more because I don't really go out. It's not that I don't go out in nature often, because I do. I literally have it on my doorstep 10 minutes from my front door walking.
Lovely.
But it's because I'm inside on my computer and I'm talking to people, like, literally right now, like through a screen, and dealing with emails or spreadsheets. Like, my life is very...
technology based.
Yeah, it's very technology heavy. So to go outside and just like touch a tree and smell like when it's been raining. I don't know if you can smell that, like when it's been raining and you have like that kind of wet grassy smell.
Is that the thing where they realised that some people can smell it and some can't?
I think it is, yeah. That's why I asked if you could smell it. Because like my boyfriend's like, nah, what are you talking about? Or you can smell before rain comes. Like I can smell before it's going to start raining. Like I literally tell my boyfriend, like, smells like it's going to rain soon. It's like, what are you on? Like...
My immature brain goes to, what else could we apply that to? When your boyfriend's about to go to the toilet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Do you need the toilet? Yeah. Yeah.
Unfortunately, my sixth sense doesn't stretch that far. But...
Or it doesn't quite need to be needed. The sixth sense. Yeah. Anyway, okay. So that's a lovely one. Yes. So to summarise it, it's the light shining through in golden hour, which, by the way, guys, is the hour in which photographers say it's the perfect time to shoot, because you get a nice amount of sunlight, but it's slightly diffused because of the angle at which it's pointing through the atmosphere, I guess, from where we are. And it's normally, is it an hour after sunrise and an hour before sunset?
I don't know about sunrise, but I know it's usually around sunset.
Okay.
I always thought it was just sunset, but yeah, someone will let us know.
I've heard other photographers say that it's good to go up in the morning and in the evening for golden hour. So maybe there's two points, but okay, brilliant. Yeah. Anything more to add about it, or are you ready to go on to number 2?
I'm ready for number 2, but are you?
Hit me. No, yeah, we can go to it. Yeah, let's do it.
I think you're on mute.
Workday's starting to sound the same.
I think you're on mute.
Find something that sounds better for your career on LinkedIn. With LinkedIn Job Collections, you can browse curated collections by relevant industries and benefits, like flex PTO or hybrid workplaces, so you can find the right job for you. Get started at linkedin.com/jobs. Finding where you fit. LinkedIn knows how.
The PC gave us computing power at home, the internet connected us, and mobile let us do it pretty much anywhere. Now generative AI lets us communicate with technology in our own language using our own senses. But figuring it all out when you're living through it is a totally different story. Welcome to Leading the Shift, a new podcast from Microsoft Azure. I'm your host, Susan Ettlinger. In each episode, leaders will share what they're learning to help you navigate all this change with confidence. Please join us. Listen and subscribe wherever you get your podcasts.
So again, this is not a tangible one.
Is it sunset?
No, it's not. It's 23 degrees. So, not the angle, but like 23 degrees is in the temperature.
I love anything that's at 23 degrees.
Just a nice 23 degree angle, like makes my day.
Yeah.
No, 23 degrees Celsius, right?
Okay.
Now hear me out. I believe that 23 degrees Celsius outside is the perfect temperature.
I think this shows your Britishness.
Anything above, like 24 I could maybe do, but 25 it's like, it's getting a bit hot. You know what I mean? Like, it's too much.
Is this 23 in any country or Spain?
Oh, it's just where I am.
No,
It's just me. It's just my thermometer.
but my point there is that 23 can feel different in different climates, can't it? Like a dry heat versus
I see.
Yeah.
I see what you mean.
Yeah.
Yeah, like in England, 23 degrees, because it's so humid, can feel quite hot, quite muggy, sometimes. But still, I think it's like a manageable amount.
Okay.
Yeah.
So 23 degrees equals a perfect day for you. Does it have to be sunny, or this is 23 degrees overcast?
Oh no.
So this is 23 degrees with you in the sun, not in the shade.
No. So it's 23 degrees just everywhere outside.
Yes, but the sun is considerably hotter. Like when you're in the sun, you're not 23 degrees.
Yeah.
When you say yeah, do you mean
just outside? Like you go to a park. Oh, I see what you mean. Like
because
in the shade or in the sun.
When they say 23 degrees, they mean it's 23 in the shade.
Oh, do they?
Yeah.
Is that what it means?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that. Well, I learned something new today.
So yeah, when you're in the sun, it's a lot hotter.
23 degrees, I think, when you're sitting on a terrace with a nice parasol, because I'm super pale. So
you're in the shade.
you're in the shade.
Yeah, but you're outside.
But you're outside on the terrace with like a nice
Emma,
beer or something.
Have you ever thought about being a weather girl instead of
No, I have a feeling I probably wouldn't be the best. I think I'd be an awful one.
No, I'm starting to picture a nice day for you. So you're on the terrace, enjoying your 23-degree heat in the shade, and then maybe towards golden hour, you go for a walk in the woods.
Yeah. That sounds perfect.
Nice. Yeah. Okay. Anything more to add to the temperature? Is it because you don't like getting sweaty, or you get stressed with any heat or coldness? Do you want to talk about that?
You make it sound like it's a trigger topic for me. Are you comfortable talking about cold weather? I definitely feel like since I moved to Spain, I'm less, tolerant of the cold.
Okay.
But I still haven't built up my tolerance for heat. So for me, 25 degrees is like maximum, like can't deal with it. Yet when I go back to England and it's like, I don't know, 12 degrees, I'm like, I need a jacket. I'm absolutely freezing. So I don't know why I'm not getting used to the heat.
Yeah.
So much as the cold.
Moving abroad has made you incredibly sensitive
to the cold.
Well, I mean, you can't go above 25 and you can't go below 12.
Yeah.
So you're quite weak, really.
I am. Yeah. Like I really am.
Yeah. Okay. Good. Yeah.
When you put it like that.
Yes. No, this show is all about coming in and
roasting me
and leaving with no confidence. Yeah.
I'm just gonna go out in nature this afternoon. I mean, it's an overcast day. I won't even get that nice golden hour. I'm just gonna be miserable though, having this complex.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm weak.
Let's bring on the third one.
Okay. Right. Again, a very specific one, but I think you're gonna like this one.
Is it more tangible?
Kind of. There's a tangible aspect to it. I want you to imagine that you go to a cafe, right? And you're like, I've only got like 10% battery. Let me charge my phone. Okay. You're looking for a charger. Right below you, there is a plug. And you're like, perfect. I don't have to move tables. You plug it in, and you know what? Bonus, the cable is the perfect length. So it's like, you're not like sitting at a weird angle or anything. It's like the cable's the perfect length. You can sit, you can enjoy your drink, and you've got the charger right there. That's
nice.
number 3.
That's number 3. Wow.
So yeah, it's having the plug socket right next to you when you're in a cafe. And,
Yeah.
and bonus points if the cable's the right length. Like,
Are we
It
meaning the cable is your cable?
yeah, why
Yeah.
would you use someone else's?
Well, no, just saying
cables?
the cable is the perfect length. You're meaning like the plug is the perfect distance from your
the cable.
device.
Exactly. The cable.
The cable. Yeah, okay.
When I say
Okay.
the cable, I mean your cable. Because don't you carry around just like one cable? It is the cable, right? The one.
We've said,
The one
said the word cable a lot. And I'm transcribing these at the moment, so that's going to be fun.
20 times I've said cable in a minute.
Yeah, now 21. Okay. Yes, of course. Yeah.
It's a nice feeling, right? Because
It
when
is.
you
It is
when
a
you're
lovely
charging your phone, or when you want to charge your phone, you're like, oh, I've got to go find a plug socket. So then you're going around trying to find one, but you can't.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's annoying, right?
But you can't. Yeah.
Like,
yes.
what more is it to say?
Okay.
So yeah, it's
Yes.
just a plug socket being right next to you in a cafe. It's like, oh, convenient.
I'm a bit of a nerd and I pack a power bank most of the time when I go to a
Yeah.
coffee shop. So I
you're
have that
smart.
convenience in my backpack. But what I do appreciate is a nice setup at a coffee shop where the table to chair ratio is excellent.
That's very true.
And
Yeah.
I noticed in Bali, it was honestly every single place we went to, it was way off and like really different. And then my partner, she's kind of in product design. I mean, she's a designer, but she knows people who do the product side of things. And she said, oh, because they don't have a what's that called? A governing body that kind of regulates.
Like a regulator.
A regulator. Yeah, they don't have an ergonomics regulator for that measurement. So
That's interesting.
something that I now don't take for granted. When I'm sat down in a coffee shop in the UK, I'm like, I'm just the perfect height to the desk. That is
Aren't
great.
I just perfect?
Look at me and my phone charger.
Look at me
Yeah.
fitting the government regulations for this table. You're quite tall. How tall are you?
5'11".
Still quite tall. I mean, I'm 5'8", so yeah, you're a bit
I'd
taller
say
than me.
that's quite tall for a lady.
For a lady, thank you.
If I can acknowledge your ladiness.
Because I do find that sometimes, like, it's a bit of a squeeze because I'm quite tall. I mean, this is a different thing, but like on aircrafts, for example, like if you go, I don't know, flying anywhere, normally like a budget airline, it's really hard to like get my knees.
Oh, get your knees in. Oh,
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
Have you got long legs?
Well, I think they're normal, but I mean, I'm 5'8", so
Yeah, but
I guess.
But my knees aren't like knocking the seat, and I'm 5'11". So I'm wondering.
Maybe
is your-
I slouch.
Oh, you skid down.
Maybe
yeah.
I like
see.
scooch down a little
Scooch,
bit, like, oh, let me just get comfy, and then
Yeah.
And
Why
then
are my
knees
legs
banging.
not fitting in? Yeah. Yeah. So to go back a second, 5'11" for everyone, 180 centimeters. 5'8" is 172 centimeters. Okay. Cool.
Fun fact.
Yeah. Well, they just probably are like, what is 5'11"?
Yeah.
Okay. So you like the charger? I like that. Yeah,
No,
that's
it's got to be the charger
length.
Like when you need a charger in a cafe, it's the plug socket. It's the convenience of the plug socket. You're like, where can I charge my phone? Oh, it's right here. And you're like, perfect.
Yes, it's a
Like,
bit
it's that
like
moment.
finding a fiver in your pocket.
Yes.
That kind of, oh, look at that. Yeah, that's lovely.
Yeah.
I had a question. Does it affect you if it's a wireless one? You know how the tables sometimes have that smart little patch where it's a wireless charging thing?
No, what is this? I don't think Spain
No?
has this. It's the UK living in the future. What is that?
Apparently. Yeah, it's just, you know how, you've got an Android, so maybe you don't have this technology. I'm sure Android has this. Android definitely has this.
It's quite old as my phone, so we
Okay.
can't we can't use it as a representative of Android. But
yeah, put simply, you put it on the wireless charger. It's about, it's the size of a phone. And then
it's like a little disc on the table. Oh,
yes.
I have seen them.
But sometimes they're integrated under the wood. So you just put it on and it's like bloop.
Well, you just put it on the table.
Yeah.
I've never seen that. Is that in London?
Yeah. Australia. Other countries.
Yes.
Quite a few other countries.
That would absolutely blow my mind. Like, why is it charging this?
Where's the cable? I don't need my cable.
Actually, that would be a problem because then I wouldn't have this feeling of finding the plug socket right next to me. Like, that feeling has been taken away. However, it is going to be replaced by the feeling of my phone being automatically charged on the table. Like, that would blow my mind more.
Yes, it would. Yeah, for the first time, it would be incredible, I suppose. But the downside to it, I thought you might say, if you're a wireless charging veteran, is that you can't use it as easily because you can't hold it.
Oh, I see. Well, can't you just leave it on the table and just do like what boomers do and just like
point at it with your index finger? Yes.
Yeah. It's not as comfortable, is it? Like if you want to type, it would take me like 10 minutes to send you a message.
Yeah, exactly. Okay. All right. Well, that's nice. So we've got the walking in the woods at golden hour with the glistening sun through the leaves and the trees and the branches. And then we've got the 23 degrees in the shade on your terrace under a safety umbrella, also known as a parasol.
Preferably with UV protection, because I can burn.
Reflections. They get to the best of the English roses.
Oh, they do. Yeah.
Okay, nice. And then now we've got the wired connection in
plug
a coffee
socket.
shop. Plug socket in a perfect location to Emma, the coffee drinking consumer at that time. Yeah. Yes. Okay.
Exactly.
Very nice. Good summary, Charlie. Well done. And the final one? That was 4, wasn't it?
I know that was 3.
That was 3?
That was 3. What was the fourth one?
I just made it up.
Yeah. You're like, I just want this episode to be done.
And that's all we've got time for. We will be leaving the free version of this episode here for today. But if you did want to continue listening to this conversation, then head over to the BritishEnglishPodcast.com, where you can sign up to the Premium Podcast or the Academy. The Premium Podcast gives you the ad-free version with transcripts, a full glossary and flashcards, whereas the Academy gives you all of that plus a whole lot more, including vocab video lessons, writing assignments, and weekly Zoom classes. But if you were just here for the free version of this episode, then I thank you very much. Congratulations for getting to the end of this part, and I hope to see you back here next week for another episode. I've been your host, Charlie, on the British English Podcast.